What's going on, Tan and J Man Show Nation? It is Monday night. It's August 11th, 2025. Episode 456 of the Tan and J Man Show is underway, streaming live on the IC Sports Network, on their Twitch channel, on their X channel, on their YouTube channel, and on the Tan and J Man Show Facebook page and our YouTube channel. Hit that like button, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell if you're listening on your favorite audio podcast platform. Please give us that 5-star rating and review. We really appreciate it. I'm Tanner Lee. Next to me on the screen is my co-host, Josh the J-Man Mutt. J-Man, how's it going?
I'm doing all right. How are you doing?
Pretty good. Can't really complain. Your response there saying you're all right. It's better than I thought I would get from you after the Cubs dropped 4-6 to the Reds and the Cardinals.
I've mentally checked out. Let's see if they pull me back in. We'll see.
Well, we talked last week. We talked about the Red series and the Cardinals series and the Blue Jay series. You were hoping for 6-3.
That's always the hope.
And I even brought up what would happen if they go 3-6,
which is gonna probably happen. 3-6 or 2-7. 3-6 probably best case scenario at this point. Division's pretty much lost at this point. Crazy thing is, they have the second best record in the National League since May 25th, and they've lost 12 games in the standings to the Brewers. That's how ungodly on fire they are right now. It is absurd.
Yeah, they sometimes I guess that just happens.
Yeah, you just got to tip your cap. They're finding different ways to win. I mean, they came back from 5 down yesterday and walked it off in the 9th. They threw the tying run out at the plate with 2 outs in the 9th. The other night, it's God is on their side. That's what I say.
Well, he's not on the Mets side right now. Losers of 7 straight.
Yeah, 10 of their last 11. The New York teams are struggling. Yankees are no longer in a playoff spot if the season ended today. Cleveland's gotten hot and have overtaken them. But the Mets,
I thought they were still in the third wild card.
They're tied with Cleveland, but Cleveland has the tiebreakers. So I guess they're not a half game out.
The Yankees are up. The Yankees are 62-56. Cleveland's 61-56.
Oh, well then it's changed as of
Cleveland's a half game out. Yeah.
They're a half game out. I must have saw it yesterday. Or yesterday before the games ended. Typical Josh, not fact checking himself. It's baseball. Ready for it to be over at this point.
But like you said last night in our group message, I mean the Cubs are still solidly in the playoffs as of now, at least.
Yeah. Obviously you want to win the division, especially after having a 6.5 game lead. And really, they haven't played all that bad. I honestly think it's been more magnetized because of how well the Brewers are playing. It makes it feel so much worse than they actually are playing. So they'll be okay, hopefully. Knock on wood. The offense has just got to start hitting. Their stars have to start hitting. Tucker has 1 homer in his last 32 games. PCA has 1 homer since the All-Star break. I think Michael Busch only has 2. Seiya only has 2. Those guys have to hit. Their stars have to hit. That's the reality of the situation because they're pitching really well, which is the ironic thing because their pitching staff is what's kind of the question mark for them, and it's not the offense. But the offense is not getting it done right now, and they gotta turn it on here pretty quick if they want to get back in the division race, which they have a very good opportunity to do this, considering they have a 5-game series with the Brewers next week. So. You sweep it, you're right back in it. But remains to be seen if they're capable of doing that. But have the Blue Jays in Toronto for 3. It's not going to be easy. And then the Pirates come at home for 3.
I have to share this with you, J-Man. Everybody that's watching on Facebook or YouTube or the ISC Sports Network will get to see this. And if you're listening, you might want to go check it out. Thad Moody, good friend of the show and a sponsor of the On This Day through Mooney Wood Lasercrafts. He just sent me this screenshot from his feed. It's got a picture of us right now and a picture of us 9 years ago.
That's funny. Just 9 years, man.
Just a little difference.
Look at the freshly shaven J-Man.
Even me, I didn't even have any facial hair going on. So.
Yeah. That was in back then. I cannot pull that off. I have too many chins to not have facial hair at this point.
So this is episode 456. That would have been
9 years ago. That would have been we haven't, I guess, quite hit 9 years yet.
Right. It will be in November.
Yeah.
So it would have been like episode 50.
Maybe.
No, not 50 something probably.
Early.
40s something maybe. Yeah. Crazy. But you have some birdie or bogey with me, and I'm still looking for my first birdie of 2025, and we're in almost the middle of August. This is embarrassing.
So I have a different sort of question today. It's actually two questions. They're very straightforward, though, because we are previewing the Big 12 in the ACC and, of course, Notre Dame. But the two questions are, who is the all-time passing yardage leader in the Big 12, and who is the all-time passing yardage leader in the ACC? You get both. You get a birdie. Split. You get a par. You know how it goes.
Yeah, this isn't gonna be easy.
So it's difficult. And I'll even give you. I'll help you out a little bit. So like Case Keenum doesn't count because he played at Houston, but he didn't play in the Big 12. Gotcha. I was surprised by both guys on the list. I
got some names that come to my mind. They're probably not right.
Yeah, it was a tough one. I'll be honest with you. I had a real hard time coming up with one today.
That's all right.
So I kind of had to piece it together. But Birdie or Bogey is brought to you by Arlington Public House for good cuisine, cocktails, casual atmosphere, located 703 Main Street in Rochester, Indiana.
And over the weekend, their special was right up every seafood lover's alley. It was sea scallops and pearls. So with farm fresh corn puree with a fresh corn salsa. So a lot of their weekend features, not always, but a lot of them are seafood based.
Yeah.
So if you like seafood, and that's sometimes hard to find in northern Indiana.
Yeah.
So go and check them out right there on Main Street in Rochester. And they also have a video they released over the weekend, a reel of just images of all different foods that they offer. And don't take my word for it. Go check it out and go in there in person. You won't be disappointed.
Yes, sir.
So, all right, J-Man. Well, we got a lot to cover today. You pretty much said you don't want to talk any more baseball. So,
do you want to get educated before we go in?
I was going to say we need to probably, do that.
Yeah, I will knock that out real quick. On this day in 1919, Green Bay Packers Football Club is founded by George Calhoun and Curly Lambeau and is named after sponsor Indian Packing Company.
Interesting.
1919, yeah. On this day in 1929, New York Yankees slugger Babe Ruth became the first Major League Baseball player to hit 500 homers.
George Herman
Ruth. On this day in 1951, the first televised baseball game in color airs on WCBS in New York City.
51. Okay, I would have guessed it would have been late 40s, so I'd have been off a little bit.
Around there.
Does it say who it was between?
It was between the Boston Braves and the Brooklyn Dodgers. On this day in 1962, this is an interesting one. The LA Dodgers protest as San Francisco manager Alvin Dark orders Candlestick Park grounds crew to water down the base paths to hinder MLB All-Star Maury Will's base stealing attempts.
Interesting.
I had to slow him down. Yeah, I'd never heard that before.
Wonder how they found out about that. Because there wasn't the technology to do some sort of Spygate or anything.
Right.
So
probably, honestly, the field was it was muddy. That's what I'm guessing. It was muddier. Because the fields did not look quite like they do in today's game, where they're pristine. Back then, they had some flaws, and I'm sure some were like really, really hard to slide on. I'm sure it was different field to field. Where now it's almost the same, I would imagine. But
yeah.
On this day in 1968, Satchel Paige, at 62 years old and needing 158 days on an MLB payroll to qualify for a pension, is signed by the Atlanta Braves. He doesn't pitch and becomes a coach. So I wonder
Are
if he
we
has.
sure he was really 62 at the time?
Yes, I think he was because he made his major league debut at 47
That's
or something like that. He was
crazy.
or at least in his 40s. Is what I'm thinking. On this day there's a lot of baseball. Who won the PGA Championship on this day in '74?
Don't have a good guess, so I'm going to guess Jack.
Lee Trevino.
Hall of Famer.
One stroke ahead of defending champion Jack.
He was in Happy Gilmore too, as was Jack.
Was he? Interesting. I need to check that out.
He was in the first one. Lee Trevino was the only golfer in the first one.
Really?
He was the one that shook his head at Happy multiple times throughout the movie.
Oh, yeah.
And then when Chubbs fell out of the window on the first one, he's sitting there.
I saw Skip Bayless hated it, which is usually probably a pretty good sign. That
Skip doesn't like fun, so
yeah, that was pretty much his reasoning. Is he's a golf purist, and so yeah, that it pretty much admitted that he just hates having fun. Who won the PGA Championship on this day in '85?
85. Let's go with Nick Price.
It was Hubert Green over
Lee
Trevino. What about '86?
Would have been Jack. Jack won the Masters in '86. I don't know if he won it, but Nick Faldo.
Bob Tway.
I've heard of Bob Tway. Man, I am not good at my PGA Championship pre-1990s.
Holds a famous bunker shot on the 18th. Not famous enough because I don't know.
And that's back when the PGA Championship was still played in August. Now it's played in May.
91, who won the PGA Championship?
91.
At Crooked Stick.
Oh, John Daly.
John Daly.
That gave it away if you didn't say Crooked Stick. Yep. My dad and uncle went to around at Crooked Stick.
Year. Cool. That's cool. Let's see. 96, who won?
96. Davis Love was 97. I'm gonna go with.
I've never heard of either of these guys.
Ben Crenshaw.
Mark Brooks beat Kenny Perry.
Heard of both of them. Kenny Perry, a better player than Mark Brooks, and that's the thing about PGA. A lot of times, not a lot of times, but there have been a lot of one-win major guys to win the PGAs, and Mark Brooks was one of those.
I assume this guy's a one-win major guy. Or one major win guy. Jason Duffner won on this day in 2013.
Yep, and Duffner should have won in 2011, lost in a playoff to Keegan Bradley.
Oh.
That kind of made them both burst on the scene, but Keegan's kept his career going. Duffner kind of faded after that PGA Championship. I don't know what happened.
Is Duffner the one that had that viral picture where he's sitting there up against a wall and he was in a school or something?
Yes, and he had a pretty attractive, now his ex-wife, pretty attractive wife, and he went viral for smacking her on the behind.
No.
Or maybe grabbing a fill when the cameras were around. Yeah, he was America's favorite for a little bit. Let's put it that way. So, yeah.
That's going to do it for On This Day today.
That's a good one. And that is the On This Day brought to you by Mooney Wood Laser Crafts. Mooney Wood Laser Crafts is a veteran-owned and operated woodcraft shop based out of Texas with Indiana grassroots. They provide 100% hand-cut custom designs that fit your needs, and their pieces are a great addition to any home, office, or man cave. You can see some of their recently completed projects by visiting them at Mooney Wood Laser Crafts on Instagram and on Facebook. And if you let them know the Tan and J-Man Show sent you, you get 15% off your first sign order. I should put apparel in that read now because with his lasers, he can do apparel. He can do patches for hats, stickers, etc. So I gotta update that read a little bit. But let Thad know the Tan and J-Man Show sent you for whatever you want, and you will get 15% off your first order. All right, J-Man, who do you want to start off with? The ACC, Big 12, or the defending national championship runner-ups, Notre Dame Fighting Irish?
No, let's knock Notre Dame out real quick.
I thought you were going to say that, and that's why I'm going to do my blind rankings.
All right.
I have 5 Notre Dame quarterbacks post-2000.
Oh, man.
and I want you to give them to me based on how you think their college career went.
Okay.
I do have their overall records, but I'm not their career or the win and loss record for their career. But I won't give you that until we go through the list because I don't want it to weigh your mind really. So first off, Tommy Reese.
Oh man, there could be a lot of bad quarterbacks on this list. He was okay. I'm gonna put him at 4 though.
I will give you his win loss record now. 23-8 as a starter at Notre Dame.
Yeah, he's pretty solid.
He was off and on. I mean, he wasn't the starter the whole time. He was a backup a little bit behind one of these guys coming up.
Nothing spectacular, but he's probably more known as a coordinator now. Than
he's in the Brown system now.
Is he? Okay.
Was at Notre Dame, then was at Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's with the Browns. So Riley Leonard.
Oh man, he had such a good team around him. I would say he's better than Tommy Reese. I'm gonna put him at 3.
3. He went 14-2, which was all last year.
Yeah,
and got to the national championship game.
Solid.
Jimmy Clausen.
Jimmy. Didn't win a whole lot with him. He put up numbers though.
Only there 3 years.
I'll put him at 2.
Yeah, he was under Charlie Weiss, 16-18.
Yeah,
his teams went 3-9, 7-6 with the Hawaii Bowl victory, and 6-6 because they declined a bowl game.
Yeah, those were some dark years under Charlie Weiss, but Clausen that team was loaded though. I mean, they had at least his senior year, they had Michael Floyd and Golden Tate and Manti Te'o was on the defense.
Oh, and really, it was just the dark years were the Jimmy Clausen era. Because before that, Weiss got the back-to-back BCS bowls.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
So, Deshaun Kaiser.
Oh man, man, he was good. I don't know who you could have else on the list. Oh, man, I'm gonna put him 5 just because I don't know who else is out there.
He did go 12-11, and he was a starter for their
second round pick.
Their 2016 team that went 4-8. I completely forgot about that till I was looking at this up.
Yeah,
they went 4-8 in 2016. I forgot about that.
I'm surprised Kelly survived that one.
They had a lot of close losses that year.
Yeah,
4-8. That's And lastly, Ian Book.
All right, well, he's got to be my number 1 at this point. And he was good too. Like I think he was a pretty solid college quarterback. Re-ranking that.
You want to know his record real quick though before you re-rank it?
Sure.
He was 30-5 as a starter. But like you said, there's so much talent at Notre Dame. It's hard to categorize these quarterbacks.
In my mind, I was doing just how good their stats were and how good their careers went. I think I'm okay with Ian Book at 1 though on that list, and then I'd probably put. Who was my number 4? He was the first guy you said. I already forget. Oh, Tommy Reese. Oh man. You know what? I'm okay with my list. I don't even.
I think it's pretty good. I think Clausen's 2, or if not,
1.
Well, pure talent, he might be 1, but he just didn't get. I mean, he had so much hype coming in Notre Dame, and just didn't really live up to it. So
I was saving number 1 for Brady Quinn, but thought that would be a too obvious one for you to have on the list. So.
And Brady Quinn, I did list all the other starters from Brady Quinn on in their records. Brady Quinn was 29-17. His first career start was in 2003. I was at the game at Purdue, and that was Purdue's best defense I've ever seen. That Purdue defense just killed him that day. I couldn't believe the kid kept getting up. That was Ty Willingham. He struggled in 2003 and 2004, and then really did well with Weiss in 2005 and 2006 and made back-to-back BCS bowls. Dane Christ went 4-6.
Forgot about Dane Christ. He had a ton of hype too because he was a 5-star guy coming in. He did nothing.
Then he went to Kansas, I believe, after that.
I think you're right.
Everett Golson went 17-6.
Yeah.
He and Tommy Reese kind of went back and forth, and he ended up transferring to Florida State. Malik Zaire, another one that would leave Notre Dame.
Forgot about him.
He went 3-0.
Forgot about it. Where did he end up transferring? North Carolina or Duke? I'm probably way off.
I don't remember. Brandon Wimbush went 13-3.
I forgot about Wimbush.
Yeah. Jack Cohn, the 1-year transfer from Wisconsin, went 11-2. Tyler Buckner went 1-2. He got hurt, and then Drew Payne came in and went 8-2. He would then transfer to Arizona State.
Well, League Zaire went to Florida. I was way
Florida,
off.
okay.
Yeah, he only played 4 games, didn't throw a single touchdown.
Sam Hartman, the 1 year rental from Wake Forest, went 9-3. Then Steve Angeli, who was the backup last year, played the bowl game in which Hartman didn't play and won, so he went 1-0. So those are your Notre Dame quarterbacks from Brady Quinn on.
It's kind of stupid Hartman didn't play in the bowl game just to be taken in the 7th round, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
He listens to an agent, so.
Yeah.
And I don't remember what bowl it was. They beat South Carolina.
Yeah, I don't remember what bowl it was either.
Yeah, but those are your Notre Dame quarterbacks, and I mean, honestly, Clausen probably had the best pro career. He had a better pro career than Kaiser and Quinn.
It's pretty bad too, because he stunk. Kaiser was bad. Book was bad.
That list, Alabama's list is better when you consider pros with Hurts and Tua, but there's some comparisons you can make to Alabama's list, to Notre Dame's list, I think. As far as good college careers and then don't do much in the pros.
Yeah, McCarron didn't do anything in the NFL. Greg McElroy didn't do anything.
Mac Jones is a backup.
Yeah, there's decent comparisons.
Yep. So, all right. But Notre Dame, are you kidding me? I just exited out on my notes. I hope I saved those. Oh, my gosh. I had
so do I.
Oh, man. I think I remember them, but I didn't save it.
Oh, boy.
Well, I might have auto-saved, actually. Let me see. Yeah, go on.
Anyway,
thoughts
Notre Dame. All I was reading was C.J. Carr, redshirt freshman, was going to be the quarterback this year, but now it sounds like he's in a neck-and-neck battle with another quarterback who I'm pulling up right now. C.J. Carr and Kenny Minchey, neck and neck with no clear separation, according to Pete Nakos. So that'll be fascinating. Jeremiah Love, Heisman candidate, might be the best running back in college football. Their defense will be great. I fully expect them to be a college football playoff contender once again there in old South Bend, Indiana.
I can't believe I thought I had a new document and I had page 2 for that. And my notes were on page 1. So when we get to the conferences, I'm just gonna hopefully I can remember.
Oh boy, yeah, I hope so.
I don't have any notes on players now, but good one, Tanner. 456 episodes in, and you always save your work, boys and girls.
Yeah.
I think Notre Dame's gonna be very good. CJ Carr, as you said, Jeremiah Love, Marcus Freeman's not a youngster at this anymore. Tough schedule out of the gates, though. They go to Miami, Florida, Sunday, August 31st, and Miami's ranked 10th. Then they return home to face number 19 Texas A&M, who they began last year on the road and went down to College Station and won. Then week 4, they go on the road again at Arkansas. I don't think Arkansas is going to be that great, but still. Then they host number 25 Boise State. Then it gets a little easier. I mean, they got ACC opponents. You do have USC, which they're always talented. So I think those first 2 weeks are going to be pivotal for their season.
Yeah, it could spiral. Maybe not spiral, because I think they're too good for it to really let it spiral. But you have 2 inexperienced quarterbacks there. You just don't know until they start playing games where these guys are going to be really good or not. I mean, you had the veterans the past 2 years that have played a lot of football, and Riley Leonard and Sam Hartman. Now it's kind of you're building through your farm system in a sense, where you actually recruit these guys straight from high school. So I hope we start seeing that more and more in college football, because and we've talked about this so much. We hate the free agency aspect of the portal, and that's pretty much what Notre Dame's done.
Well, and this is how you build a program. I mean, I understand why Notre Dame did what they did the last few years with Hartman and Leonard last year, because they were so close for being a championship team. Now you are ranked 6th. You got everything else established. You want to continue success, so eventually you got to pull that Band-Aid off and groom a younger guy. I mean, there's other coaches around the country who haven't done that yet, and since they've been at their school the last 3 or 4 years, they've done portal every year. And it's like eventually that's going to bite you. Yeah. So, especially when you got these high 4 stars, if not 5-star kids coming in, they want to play. They want to earn their shot, and if you're going to recruit over them, they're going to leave.
Yeah, retention is still key.
Yep.
And I'm hoping the game starts going towards that because these 1 year quarterback things are they're going to catch up with every team eventually.
Yep.
You just never know what you're going to get. Do you want to go Big 12 or ACC first?
Well, I want to. What do you have Notre Dame's record?
I didn't even put a record. I think they'll go 11-1 ish and go to the playoff.
I have them 10-2 making the playoff. I easily could have put them 11-1, but I'm a Notre Dame hater, so I put them at 10-2. I'm just being honest.
Yeah,
I have them losing their opener at Miami. And then the other game, I have them getting upset at home by Boise State, October 4th. I don't know why. Something about that game jumping out to me.
Because you hate Notre Dame, that's why.
Well, Boise State doesn't get these opportunities very often.
That's true.
Anymore because nobody wants to schedule them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, they'll probably bring a decent crowd.
Yeah. Hey, credit to Notre Dame for actually scheduling them because, as you said, teams have been so scared of great, good group of 5 teams because you win, who cares? You lose, it's the worst thing in the world. So,
and this is on ESPN, but it's got ticket prices to the side, like tickets as low as most expensive ones, A&M at home on September 13th, tickets as low as $449.
No, thank you.
I've been
to Notre Dame Stadium twice and have zero desire to ever go again. Most uncomfortable stadium I've ever been in my entire life.
02, 04, 08, 2010, 4 times, and and Purdue played this year, and I'm not planning on going. So
you're sitting on a wooden plank, and the stadium should only hold about 40,000, and they shove 70 in there. So it is very uncomfortable.
If you're an opposing fan, their fans aren't very nice.
Yeah.
Which a lot of places aren't. But
that is true.
I think their back half, I mean, after Boise State, I think I'd be surprised if they lose any of those games. I mean, maybe USC, but I'd be surprised. So, I mean, if they get through the first 2 weeks, they could easily run the table and be undefeated going into the playoff. Because Notre Dame can still get in with 2 losses, I think, as long as it's not like a Stanford at the end of the year. I think that goes for every year because it's Notre Dame.
Yeah.
Maybe even some years they might be able to sneak in with 3, but I don't think this is one of those years.
Yeah, I agree. Yep. So. Let's do ACC since we're on Notre Dame. Notre Dame's essentially an ACC school at this point. So
before we do that, I need to read who the blind ranking segment is brought to you by. I'm just like a rookie tonight, J-Man. I am awful. And that is by Performer Print 2 Promo Group. If you're looking for a trustworthy, dependable resource for next trade show, company picnic, or sales meeting in 2025, or perhaps 2026, Performer Print 2 Promo Group has over 50 years combined experience in promotional products and commercial print. They strive for fast and efficient response to all your print needs, so you look no further. Let them be your one-source print and promotional company today by giving Barbara Van Weinsberg a call at 574-210-3815.
You know, Thad jinxed you by sending you that picture of us 9 years ago. You've reverted back.
It's like I've got Monstars or something, you know?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah. I have Clemson winning the ACC. Do you even remember?
I do have Clemson. I know that much. I'm going down on the ESPN list now. I'm just got to remember where I have
her. They returned 16 starters. Kid Klubnik broke out 3,600 yards, 36 touchdowns. They also returned their 3 leading receivers, led by Antonio Williams, who had over 900 yards and 11 touchdowns last year. So they'll be good.
Well, their team last year was average for their expectations, and they made it a CFP. So
they got hot too because they looked terrible the first couple weeks. And Dabo actually used the portal this year. He picked up a couple key transfers, which he had been very hesitant to do that. But they'll be good.
My dad picked them to win the title. So
I could definitely see that. I have Miami finishing second. My Canes. Well. Yep. They lost number 1 pick, Cam Ward, picked up Carson Beck, who might be the most overrated player in college football. But they returned 58% of its production on defense. They should be really, really good. Something's missing with them, though. It always feels like they come into the year ranked, and then they're okay. I mean, they were good last year, but it still felt like they had something left in the tank that they just didn't get to. And hopefully my Canes figure it out this year.
They're 2 big games on their schedule because they don't play Clemson. Besides Notre Dame, conference games, I should say. They travel to Florida State in-state rival on October 4th, and they host Louisville on October 17th. It's a Friday night game, October 17th.
Speaking of Louisville, I have them finishing third.
I got Jeffrey Brom and his Cardinals third as well.
They picked up Miller Moss from USC, quarterback. He had 18 touchdowns last year. Returned TJ Quinn, stud linebacker on defense. They did undergo a complete retool of their offensive line, so that's always scary heading into a season if you have a bunch of new guys on the O-line.
And Jeff's never been a great O-line recruiter. Good for skill positions and quarterback recruiting. He's one I was kind of mentioning a few minutes ago. Goes and gets a portal guy every year. That's kind of been his MO since he's got the Louisville. It was Tyler Sal and Jack Plummer before that. So both who are in the NFL. I don't know how Jack Plummer keeps hanging around the NFL, but he does.
Yeah. So, I have SMU finishing fourth.
I do as well.
They had 11 wins last season. Kevin Jennings returns under center at 3,200 yards, 23 touchdowns last year. They should be really, really good. I remember there was a bunch of discourse on them last year because they were like undefeated, but they didn't play anyone, which is kind of a product of just playing in the ACC anyway. But they should be pretty dang good.
They lost to Clemson in the ACC championship game last year, if memory serves me correct. Yeah, but the Rhett Lashley's a good coach. He's from that area, so I don't know if he will leave or not, but he's a name that if a big job comes open, maybe he's on the short list.
I have the Duke Blue Devils finishing fifth.
I got Georgia Tech.
All right, I have them sixth. Duke had 9 wins last year in Manny Diaz's first season. They did lose their starting quarterback, Malik Murphy, to Oregon State, but picked up Darian Mensah from Tulane, who had 22 total touchdowns last year. Manny Diaz keeps hanging around, getting jobs, and he's a really good defensive coach for sure. But winning 9 games at Duke is pretty incredible, honestly.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, Cutcliffe did a decent job. He had a few years there. But, Manny Diaz has done a good job. Absolutely. Georgia Tech, who I had fifth. Brett Key's done a good job at his alma mater. He has 6 wins over ranked foes, and that doesn't include the 8 overtime loss to Georgia last year. Remember that?
I do remember that, yeah. And they returned 64 of their production, including their stud dual threat quarterback Haynes King. Also bring back stud running back Jamal Haynes. So they should be able to put up some points. It's taken a little while to kind of get away from the option, as you could expect, but it seems like they finally are in the 21st century and playing pretty good football.
Got away from that Paul Johnson offense. And for some reason, I watched a decent amount of Georgia Tech games last year. I don't know why.
They were always on at like 11 maybe or noon Eastern time on ESPN2.
But I watched a lot of Haynes King, who, of course, I remember him at A&M before Georgia Tech. So. Yeah.
I had Georgia Tech 6th. Do you remember who you had 6th?
I believe it was Duke. I think.
I have NC State finishing 7th.
I believe that's where I had them. No, I had Florida State 7th.
I have them 9th. NC State, CJ Bailey returns after a great freshman season at quarterback, 22 total touchdowns. They'll be solid. It seems like for years now they've been solid, 6 to 8 wins every year, but can never really get to elite
get to
level.
10. Can't get to that. Dave Doran's been there since 2013.
He's been there a long time.
From Northern Illinois.
Yeah.
I mean, crazy.
Yep.
I remember
pretty consistent winner.
A lot of Purdue fans, of course, wanted Dave Doran when they end up getting Darrell Hazel, but he took NC State job like right away. Right? I mean, it was, yeah. So,
you said you had Florida State 7th.
Yes.
I have them 9th. It can't be worse than last year. It just can't.
Well, it is. Mike Norvell's looking for a new job.
Yeah. 2-10. He cleaned house, fired both of his coordinators, hired Gus Malzahn to run the offense, and he brought in 23 transfers, including Thomas Castellanos, quarterback from Boston College, who had 18 touchdowns last year. I think they'll be solid. I don't think they'll be national title contenders this year, but I think they'll win 7-8 games.
Well, Castellanos, he's a run first quarterback. And he's already talking smack about Alabama. So we'll see how that pays off for him. Probably not well.
I have Pittsburgh finishing 8th.
I believe I did as well.
They started 7-0 and then lost out. Narduzzi should be on the hot seat, you'd think, heading into this year. But they do.
Forever.
He's been there about as long as Dave Doran has, it feels like. They do return 64% of its production and added 15 players in the portal. And I believe he hired some new coordinators as well there. But you start out 7-0 and then finish 7-6. I'm surprised he survived that.
Should have at least won one of those. They would get 8. 8 sounds so much better than 7.
It does. It does. I had Florida State 9th. Do you remember who you had 9th?
NC State. I think I had those.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have Syracuse finishing 10th.
I have North Carolina.
Okay. Q's returns just 37% of production, lost Kyle McCord to the NFL. But they were pretty good last year, and they can score some points.
I like Fran Brown. I thought he did a good job his first year there last year. He's recruited well. I know they've got a couple 4-stars coming in this year. Now, will they make an impact right away? I don't know.
Yeah.
But to recruit to Syracuse to play football at where usually it's a primarily basketball school, and to play in a basketball arena, it's pretty good.
They stink at basketball now too, though.
Yeah, they do.
I have North Carolina 12th. I don't even have any football notes. Bill Belichick and his young girlfriend seemed like a constant distraction, and I can't imagine it goes very well for them.
I don't even remember who their quarterback is.
No idea.
One of the quarterbacks they brought in the spring, Ryan Brown from Purdue, transferred back to Purdue and will probably be Purdue's starter. He's in a quarterback competition. And I know they brought in another kid in the spring. I don't remember who it was.
Yeah, well, Bill's never won without Tom Brady, so I have a hard time believing he's going to start doing it at North Carolina. That's just me.
And he's tight-lipped, but he's even quoted here saying he, with so much roster turnover, he's a long way from knowing what he has to work with.
That's comforting words.
Yeah.
I have Virginia Tech finishing 11th.
I believe that's where I had them.
They were 6-7 last year. 4th year under Brent Pry. They need to start winning. Kyron Drones returns, and he will be competing with Pop Watson for the starting quarterback job. Seems like Drones been there forever.
1-12 under Pry in games decided by 7 points or less.
Yikes!
Yeah.
No killer instinct.
One of those was the Ryan Walters.
I remember that. Yeah. Wasn't it like a 3-hour lightning delay or something? And then
5. Yeah, they're lucky they played that game. Yeah.
I have Virginia finishing 13th.
I had Syracuse 12th.
12th, okay.
And then Virginia 13th.
4th season under Tony Elliott, and they have won 3 games twice, and they won 5 games last year. So now's the time to start winning there at Virginia. Of course, he was a great coordinator I think he was at Clemson. But they added 31 players from the portal, led by North Texas quarterback Chandler Morris.
Well, he's good. He's good. Chandler Morris was a good quarterback for us, but they must strike the fearing Cignetti to get that buyout. So
yeah. 14th, I have Boston College.
I have BC as well. Billy Boy.
Yeah, Bill O'Brien. Good season there at BC. 7 wins. Excuse me. In the first season, they did lose their quarterback to Florida State, but Grayson James will compete with Bama transfer Dylan Lonergan.
Please tell me they play North Carolina this year.
That'd be classic. I hope so.
I'm looking it up. Nope. Of course not. It's no
That's
fun.
a shame.
Played them last year. Dang it.
15th, I have Cal finishing 15th.
I had Cal as well.
Did you know Cal hosted game day last year, week 6?
No.
Week 6, and they lost by 1 to Miami, and then they collapsed. They will be bad. They lost a lot to the portal. I have Wake finishing 16th. They have new coach Jake Dickert, who they brought in from Washington State, and he brought in 33 transfers. So they'll be bad. Stanford's fascinating, though, because Andrew Luck was hired as general manager in a sense, and his first day he fired coach Troy Taylor immediately, and then replaced him with his old coach Frank Reich in the interim for 1 year. Not going to go
well.
No, it's going to be a bad year, but it's going to give him all year to find his long-term head coach.
I suppose if there's somebody that can turn them around, it's Andrew Luck.
He's a heck of a smart guy.
Yeah, it's just hard to recruit there.
It is. You get a bunch of brainiacs. Not that smart people can't.
But David Shaw did it, man. I mean,
Shaw did it. Harbaugh did it. Yeah.
Harbaugh. Yeah, brought in Gerhardt and Luck and McCaffrey and
they can do it.
Kobe Fleener. You got Richard Sherman. Yeah, Bryce Love. Yep.
Yeah, he was a stud too.
Yeah, it was.
That's the ACC, and now we got 20 minutes to talk Big 12. Are you pumped?
Yeah, the last thing I want to say about the ACC is I think they get 2 playoff teams in, Clemson and Miami, but I think Louisville's knocking on the door.
I agree. I don't see anyone else besides those top three. I did read today that 29 of the last 31 years, an unranked team on the in the preseason AP poll finished in the top 10. So it'll be interesting to see which one does it this year, assuming it happens, because it's happened a lot. So, but interesting factoid. I forget who said it on the tweeter. But Big 12, who you have winning? ASU?
I got Arizona State.
Yeah.
Won it last year, made a college football playoff. Should have beat Texas.
Yeah.
They didn't. They pretty much have their whole team back except Cam Scatterbo.
Yeah, 17 players return. Sam Levitt, who was a freshman quarterback last year, threw 24 touchdowns for them. They should be really good. Kenny Dillingham, super young coach. He obviously knows what he's doing there. So I have Kansas State finishing second.
I had them as well.
4 straight 8 or more win seasons.
They're so consistent.
Yeah, they are. Avery Johnson, stud quarterback, 32 total touchdowns as a sophomore. They should be really good. And I think week 0 is Kansas State versus Iowa State. And it's the first ranked matchup in a week 0 since 2002. I didn't know they were doing.
The heck are we having a conference game in week 0? I hate that.
I know. I remember Illinois and Nebraska did a few years ago. Week 0. It was because of COVID. They were supposed to be in Ireland.
Yeah.
They ended up playing in Illinois. So I have Baylor finishing 3rd in the Big 12.
I got Texas Tech.
Yeah, I have Texas Tech 4th. Baylor finished.
Baylor 7th or 8th.
I'm buying them because they finished the year on a 6-game win streak to end the season. Sawyer Robinson had 3,000 yards passing, 28 touchdowns. Bryson Washington over 1,000 yards rushing, 12 touchdowns. They'll score a ton of points, and maybe that momentum of their 6-game win streak to end the year will carry on.
Dave Aranda might need it.
Yes.
So
that's a tough job.
Oh, it is. It is.
And they've had good success here the past 15 years, starting with Art Briles, who ended up being a scumbag. But they were terrible for years, and now they're respectable.
Yep.
But I have Texas Tech finishing 4th. They have the number 2 transfer class in the country. There's a reported $10 million in roster upgrades this year. Bayron Morton, 27 touchdowns passing last year. 6 projected transfer starters on defense. They should be good. Yeah,
they have a couple all Big 12 defense linemen back, but they'll never be a defensive school. They're always going to be a school that throws the rock and puts up points.
Yeah, I've never known them to be a defensive school. It seems like they're always, if they're winning games, it's 50-45 or 50-47, something like that. So they gotta just outscore them, which that is the name of the game. But
that's the whole conference.
Yeah, it really is. Big 12, they score a lot of points there. But a team that really doesn't score a lot of points and they're built on defense is Iowa State, and I have them finishing 5th.
I believe I had Iowa State 7th and Baylor 6th. I think, or no. I had Iowa State 6th, Baylor 7th, I believe.
They returned 14 starters from their runner-up finish in the Big 12, led by quarterback Rocco Becht. Matt Campbell kind of saved himself a little bit because it was kind of
money.
Yeah, his star had started to dim a little bit. He was he was the hottest name, I would say, in college football for 2 or 3 years when he got to Iowa State. Now no one really talks about him, but now he's built the thing back up to a pretty good program. So.
Yeah, their schedule's manageable. There's Farmageddon in Ireland, like you just hit on. That's what they call it, I guess. The Cy-Hawk Trophy games in Iowa. And then they also have to go to Boulder to play Colorado and down in Fort Worth to play TCU. So.
Yeah, it's a tough schedule. But really, I think Arizona State's the clear favorite in this conference, but the rest, the next 6 could challenge them for sure.
I think it's a one bid league.
I do too. Yeah, unless Kansas State wins 11 games or something and loses in the playoff or loses in the Big 12 title game or whoever. But I have Utah finishing 6th.
Well, I have TCU 4th and Utah 5th.
Okay. Utah was disappointing last year. They won 5 games. Whittingham could be on the hot seat this year. He should be. He's been there a long time now. They did land Devin Dampier in the portal. He had 1,100 yards, 19 touchdowns rushing, and he threw for over 2,700 yards. So he is an electric quarterback. In the backfield.
Well, their 28-year-old quarterback's name's escaping me that got hurt last year. Applied for like an 8th year, and finally the NCAA's like, go get a LinkedIn profile, dude.
Yeah. What the heck was his name? I can see his face.
Was it Rising? Cam Rising?
Yeah, Cam Rising.
Yeah. So, because I think I had them in the playoff.
I think we both had them
5-7.
Yeah, they were very disappointing. They stunk. I have TCU finishing 7th.
So you're not a believer in the Frogs.
I think they'll be okay.
Tony Dykes.
They did win 9 games last year, and they returned their quarterback, Josh Hoover, at 3,900 yards, 27 touchdowns. They led the Big 12 in total offense. They'll give up a lot of points, though, which, again, you could say that for about every Big 12 team, but especially TCU. So I had BYU finishing 8th.
I did as well.
They did win 11 games last year, but they lost Jake Resleff due to suspension, and he transferred. So, again, another team that will score a lot of points.
Tulane.
Yes, he ended up going to – I think he even walked on at Tulane. Like, I don't even think he's scholarship. BYU's always a really good program. They'll always win 10, 12 games.
Oh, they will. They're going to recruit well for football and basketball because they got a huge NIL.
Yeah, they do. It's crazy. Yeah.
They're solid. That's not an easy place to play.
It's not.
At all.
It's not an easy place to go to school. Just ask Jake Resleff.
Fair enough. I'll let everybody look that up for themselves.
Yeah. Number 9, I have Kansas.
I got Rock Chalk, Jayhawk.
Mission 9. Jalen Daniels returns for what feels like his 20th season.
He's fun to watch when he stays healthy. But
yeah, he just can't stay healthy. They have not been able to capitalize on their surprising 2022 and have been disappointing each of the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, Lance Leipold, I mean, he's not in jeopardy to lose his job.
No.
But, like, to be taken seriously for a 7 or 8 win team going forward, they need to have that kind of season this year.
Yeah, agreed. And they're set up, too, just because their quarterback returns. But I don't think it happens.
Well, Devin Neal was so awesome last year running back, and that's not going to be easy for them to replace.
No.
So
I have Houston finishing 10th.
I got I have Houston as well.
They only won 4 games last year, but they do have some hope. They landed transfer Connor Weigman, QB from Texas A&M, and they really need him to have a breakout season in order to make a bowl. They are that's a basketball school first and foremost. I mean, they've been elite at basketball the past 5-6 seasons, and football needs to catch up a little bit.
Well, and Willie Fritz came over last year from Tulane, and last year was kind of rebuilding some things. Now this year they're more established, so I think they'll be a lot better.
They should be, yeah. At 11, I have Cincinnati.
I have Colorado.
Scott Satterfield should be on the hot seat.
Should.
They did bring Brendan Sorsby back, but many questions remain on both sides of the ball. They've missed the bowl 4 of the last 5 seasons. That used to be a really good program. I mean, they had a weird – they made the playoff a few years ago, didn't they, to 2021? That was the one year they made the bowl over the past 5. Did they make the playoff that year?
Yeah, Fickle with Freeman as his DC, right?
Who was their quarterback? He
Desmond Ritter.
Yeah. I think they made the playoff. Did they make the playoff? I don't know if they made the playoff. I don't remember. I don't care.
Well, and I remember way back in the day when Brian Kelly was there with Tony Pike as their quarterback, they were
good.
The bowl, and Tim Tebow just crushed them, and Kelly left the team.
Yeah.
I mean, think of the coaching tree, like Mark D'Antonio, Brian Kelly,
former guy at Tennessee, whose name I can't remember, who Purdue always wanted. Or
Butch Jones.
Yeah, Butch
Tommy
Jones.
Tuberville, Luke Fickle. Yeah.
Yeah, it has been kind of a feeder.
Yes, it has. Feeder, that's a good way to put it.
The big programs. I wonder if like Fickle regrets leaving.
Exactly, because he really he was picking and choosing. You know, he passed over some other jobs before taking that Wisconsin job, and we'll talk about next week in our Big Ten preview. But I think his seat's as hot as anybody's in the conference.
Yeah, and this is only year 3, but you gotta win pretty quickly in order to,
especially if you're going to change the identity of the school.
Yeah,
identity has worked forever.
Yeah, so. I have Oklahoma State finishing 12th.
I got them 13th.
Mike Gundy's seat should be red hot.
Talk
Should
about
be.
a guy that's
Yeah.
Besides Ferentz, has anybody else been at their school as long, active coaches as Gundy?
I don't think so.
Because Ferentz goes back to like 99, 98.
Yeah, Gundy's been there since probably what, 2005, 6?
5 or 6, yeah. Because 07 was when he made the.
Yeah, I'm a man. I'm 40.
I'm a man. I'm 40.
Yeah. They came into the year last year. I think they were ranked. They had the issue with Ollie Gordon with the DUI stuff.
He was supposed to be a Heisman contender.
Yeah, had over 2,000 yards rushing the previous year, and then they were terrible. 3 wins.
He did start in Stillwater in 05.
Okay.
So this is his 20th year.
Yeah. Oklahoma State did bring in, Gundy did, 60 newcomers on the 2025 roster. So he poured some gasoline on that fire and got rid of a lot of guys.
I mean, besides last year and his first year, he won 7 or more games every other year.
Yeah.
Oklahoma State. So those years are outliers. Now, can he bounce back this year and make it a 7-win or more season? And he might need to save his job.
Yeah, because I think his shtick's kind of getting old too around there, and I'm surprised he saved his job last year.
He went to Troy in my dynasty.
Oh.
I don't know if he got fired or left. I think he got fired and went up to Troy.
I have Colorado finishing 13th.
I said I have them 11th.
They lost legend Shadur Sanders and Heisman winner Travis Hunter, and now Coach Dion. So I don't think they'll be very good. I don't really have anything else on them. Couldn't name you a single player on the roster. Didn't do that.
They got 5-star freshman Julian Lewis coming in, but he's probably not going to start. Keaton Salter, transfer from Liberty, is probably going to start.
It'll be nice to not have to hear about Colorado anymore.
Oh, you still will if they get off the good start. You still will have to.
Why? I just don't get it.
They have more than 30 transfers, and heck, if one thing I love and hate about the NFL preseason is over exaggerations and exaggerated takes, and that's what everybody's making about Shadir's first start right now. So,
yeah, and he was good, but
good.
First,
three straight times. Then
preseason game, he was probably facing 3rd and 4th string guys, fringe roster guys. So, I have West Virginia finishing 14th.
I got them 16th and last.
Rich Rod is back. They did have the 2nd largest transfer haul in the Power 4. Just trying to recreate some old magic. They have not been good for a while now. Dana Holgerson had some good years. Then he left to go to his alma mater, Houston. He ends up getting fired there, and they just haven't been very good.
Yeah, Neil Brown didn't do the greatest job there.
Yeah,
so
he was bad.
This is the conference for retreads because one of the schools you haven't mentioned yet, UCF, brought back Scott Frost, trying to relive their glory days.
Yeah, I have them 15th.
I had them 15th as well, and I had Arizona 14th. So.
Yeah, Scott Frost returns. Can't stand the guy. He said Nebraska was a terrible fit for him. He never wanted to go there. Never wanted to go there, but he kept.
Okay.
He felt pushed there. He's the most arrogant.
Oh, he's so arrogant.
He's never done anything wrong in his entire life. It wasn't his fault that it didn't work at Nebraska. It was everything else around him. Not his fault. And I very much like rooting against him.
Yep.
And I will continue to do that while he's at Central Florida.
I think it's telling that even though he had a 4-8 season, Gus Malzahn leaves Central Florida, where he's a head coach, to go join Mike Norvell at Florida State to be OC. So.
I think a lot of it has to do with the NIL portal. You'll see some of these guys that are not at elite jobs leave to go become an offensive coordinator where they can just focus. I mean, look at Chip Kelly. He went from head coach at UCLA to Ohio State offensive coordinator. Won a title in year 1.
Very good point.
There, so he could just focus on the offense, and I think
very good point. Looks
good
on your resume, right?
Yeah. Yep. So, and you had Zona 14th. I have him 15th. Quarterback returns Noah Fafita. I don't know how to pronounce it, but they'll be so bad. I just don't see much talent elsewhere around.
McMillan, their wide receiver, is pretty talented. For as bad as they were last year, they had 2 good wideouts.
Yeah, one was a top 10 pick, wasn't he, of the Panthers?
The Panthers, yeah. So I don't know how you're that bad when you have 2 good wideouts like that, but
yeah, I mean their coach Jed Fish left to go to Washington last before last year, and maybe that hindered him because is that where he was? That was where he was.
Excuse me. I read my notes wrong. Well, they're not my notes. I read
McMillan was the one
was the
drafted,
guy
right?
who went 8th to the Panthers. I was reading how he arrived there last year with Noah and McMillan. So my bad.
So. That's going to do it for our Big 12 and ACC previews. We have Big 10 next week, and we'll dive more in depth into Big 10 than we would.
Yeah, I'm a lot more familiar with the Big 10 teams.
Yes, and I'm going to do the playoff predictor like we do for the NFL and go game by game and predict each.
And I'm going to save my notes.
And Tanner's going to save his notes. And then will the next week be our NFL preview, or are we waiting till because I know you're gone.
It's up to you. I don't care.
I don't care either. We can talk about it later. We'll figure it out. But anything else you want to talk about before I give you the birdie bogey?
Real quick, NFL preseason. One game under everybody's belt. Yeah, everybody's over exaggerating for good or for bad. Heck, after the Broncos game the other night, one caller said, "Do we have a quarterback competition now between Stidham?" You're an idiot. Even though I will say Nick's in the first team for 3 series, they didn't look good. And the first team defense gave up a touchdown to a bunch of backups because Purdy didn't play. But the rest of the game, I guess if I'm going to take a positive away, the Broncos' 3rd string and 4th string looked a lot better than the Niners' 3rd string and 4th string guys. So, yes, I am a loser who paid a monthly subscription for NFL Plus just so I could watch the preseason.
Loser.
Actually, my wife talked me into it, believe it or not. But now I need to unsubscribe next month.
That's because you're getting a big package on the front porch from Amazon this week. That's why they'll just buy that and maybe it'll take
every day. What do you mean?
That's a good
every
point.
Day.
Me too.
But Shadir plays well, so everybody's talking about that. But I mean, my big takeaway is the Jaguars kicker might be their best player.
Yeah, 70-yard field goal.
That's the longest in any kind of recorded football game.
We'll see if he can do that in a game that counts. That'd be kind of fun. But
that's without altitude.
That is impressive. That's very impressive. So imagine if he was in Denver. He would have hit that thing from 75, 80.
He might have got 75 Jacksonville. I mean, hit there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if it quite hit the net, but it was,
the fact that it got over was pretty impressive. Yep. But I didn't watch any preseason. I find myself, if I were to watch the Dolphins, I get bored after 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's very, very easy to get bored with it.
Turn it off. So I just kind of check the box score, see. One of the Dolphins' key running backs, Alexander Madison, had a neck injury and he's out for the season.
He had surgery already. I read that.
Yeah, so it must have been pretty bad. All they said after the game was he was sore. So I don't know. Yeah, I don't know.
There's a lot. There's been a couple key guys to go down with injuries.
Yeah, that's why they don't like. That's why a lot of teams don't have their studs play in the preseason. But I think the reps are too valuable to not.
The Purdue fan in me hated to see poor Rondell Moore go down again.
Wow.
First play, punt return, ACL out again 2 years in a row.
Oh, that's terrible.
And he was on the Vikings now, and he was supposedly going to be a part of their offense. And he was seeing with a towel over his head, and he was hitting his hands so hard you could hear it from the press box.
Wow.
He just knew. I mean, that guy has been so injury ridden since 2019.
He's one of those guys. What could have been, because his freshman year was unbelievable.
Yep, he's probably done now. It's too bad.
That is too bad. Birdie bogey time. Who is the all-time passing leader in the ACC and the Big 12?
Yards, right?
Yes,
just yards.
Yep.
Okay. Man, Big 12. I think it's got to be a Texas Tech guy. So I'm thinking I don't think it's Mahomes. I'm between Graham Harrell or Cliff Kingsbury. I'm going with Cliff Kingsbury.
You are incorrect. It is an Oklahoma guy, Landry Jones.
Oh my gosh. I've seen that now that you mentioned that out there. I think we've even used that before.
We might have. He had over 16,000 yards.
And then ACC.
I'll give you a hint for ACC.
Yeah.
This guy, Hall of Fame level quarterback.
From the ACC? And the school was in the ACC when he did this.
Correct.
Hall of Fame level quarterback. I just give it to me. I'll take a bogey. I got nothing.
Phillip Rivers
Yeah, that was
had over 13,000 yards.
didn't even come on my radar. Oh, I'm not gonna get a birdie this whole year.
Oh boy! Thanks for watching the Tan and J-Man show. We'll be back at it with our Big Ten preview show next Monday. Maybe our favorite episode of the year. One of our favorite episodes of the year. Have a fantastic week, everybody.